Hey guys, Joe Warner, president at Texas Compliance Environmental and California Compliance Environmental. We're here at Tommy's to look over the stormwater system. I manage thousands of properties throughout California and Texas with hundreds of property managers. And one of the common questions I get is, what is stormwater and how does my stormwater system work? So today we're gonna answer those two questions. So what is stormwater? Stormwater is any natural precipitation. It could be snow melt, it could be condensation running off of your roof down the downspouts, or it could just be stormwater from the rain event. So the rain is gonna come down from the sky, it's gonna hit your paved surfaces, and it's gonna sheet flow into a storm drain. It could be a storm drain like this, where it's a graded inlet, or it could be a curb opening that you would find in the gutter line that allows the rainwater to fall in. Now that rainwater is gonna go into that storm drain and it's gonna go down the lateral line into the treatment system. So this is a underground detention facility. So we have a manhole access used for service and inspection. This water is gonna flow underground into the treatment chambers and the water is gonna settle out. There are many different configurations to stormwater filtration systems on site, all trying to achieve different tasks, trying to remove sediments, hydrocarbons. Every site's gonna have a different stormwater treatment system, but they all result in clean stormwater for the environment. Part of this stormwater system, you have a test port. You have the maintenance access, and then you also have the test port. We would send our sediment rod down here, test the sediment. Once you get 3 inches of sediment in this system, maintenance is required. So we have another storm drain here. On properties, you're gonna have different drainage areas designed to capture stormwater. So you're gonna have multiple drains and sometimes multiple vaults to treat that stormwater. So here's our third drain to cover this drainage area coming down this parking lot. And just beyond this drain, we have a storm sewer manhole. So this is gonna take your treated water from the vault after it's been infiltrating into the earth, and any overflow is gonna come into this storm drain manhole, and it's gonna shoot straight out to the city, where the city or the county is gonna receive that clean water. So the treated stormwater is gonna leave the property now and go to the city or county owned conveyance channels. In this situation, you have an open air conveyance channel. In other situations, you might have it go directly underground to another underground lateral line owned by the city or county. When Tommy's was proposing to build this property, they had an empty lot here. And when you have an empty lot, it's 80% infiltration and only 20% runoff. But since they paved all this surface, now they're getting 90% runoff and 10% is gonna actually infiltrate back into the earth. With this stormwater system, they're actually trying to achieve more infiltration. And when you do invest in a stormwater system like that, you have to maintain it. When answering the question, what is stormwater? I think it's also important to address what's not stormwater. So all the water from this car wash that's actually being used in the operations will go through its own separate filtration system, which you can see here in these interceptors. This water is actually gonna go to a sewer treatment plant. The same water that goes into the toilets, that's non-stormwater, that's all treated at a facility. Now, all your stormwater from the storm drains, those are actually going to your lakes, rivers, creeks, oceans. That's why it's important to clean them while they're on site. So we have 2 trench drains here. This is actually gonna go to a sewer treatment plant for treating after it's been treated here on site. You have the elevations of the concrete here. This is sloped this way to keep this inside where it's the operations water, and then this is outside. It's gonna allow the water to drain to the storm drains while trapping the operations water here. If you're a property manager or owner and you have questions about your stormwater, if you have stormwater systems, if you're unsure, give us a call. In California or Texas, click the link below and we'll make sure to get you a site map, which is great information. It identifies all your drains and your filtration system, photos of your current conditions, and a budget quote. We look forward to hearing from you and hope you enjoy the day.